Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you are brand new here, I'm FiddlinJonny. This is my fiddle channel and magic product review. And before we do any magic product review, we always do a quick fiddle tune. So let's see what comes out of this thing today. All right, that's just a teaser. We're not even going to give you the whole fiddle tune. Anyway, because I know you're really here for the magic product review. And today I am reviewing an app called MailFX by Amir Mughal. And it's a pretty cool app that does a lot of interesting things. You may be interested. Stick around and we'll get right into it. All right, let's get right into what is MailFX. So MailFX is a prediction system in an app. And here's how it looks, or here's how it works. So you will email your spectator, or you can email multiple spectators in advance a prediction. So you'll ask your spectator for their email address, or you'll have them input it into your phone, and then you will send them an email. They will acknowledge on their own phone that they can see that they have received your email. From there, you then go into your routine where you're going to and you can come up with whatever routine that you want. But you'll essentially have your spectator pick something, whether it's pick a celebrity, maybe their birth date, a star sign, an important number, a famous location on the planet. They can pick whatever they want. Once they've done so and you've finished that routining part of it, you'll simply ask them to open up their phone. They'll open up their phone, they'll open up their email that you had sent to them before you started the routine. And in that email is a picture, usually of you, I think is probably how most people will do it, holding up a piece of paper or maybe a blank business card or a business card, and written on there will be whatever it is that they selected. That's MailFX. So essentially it's a classic of mentalism as an open prediction, in terms of that there's a prediction that's out there. It's the first place you start, you note that it's there, you're never going to touch it again. It's simply done with sending them an email, and it's inside that email, and they can't open up that email until after they've essentially chosen whatever it is that they've chosen, and there it is in a picture format in their email. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what you get. Well, normally I would hold up the product and that sort of thing, but I'll just hold up my phone because it's an app. You're going to get an app, and inside that app are going to be all of the instructions for setting it up and performing it, and all the other sort of bells and whistles that are inside it. So, but the important thing that we're talking about here is that you're going to get the app. And inside that app with all of the instructions, there are 13 individual YouTube videos that give you the instructions for those specific sections that you're working on. Each one of those sections is very short in terms of a YouTube tutorial. It's anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes, maybe 4 or 5 in some situations, but it's relatively short. And that shortness is not a problem for me in this one because the directions are clear, concise, to the point, make a lot of sense, and I don't need more fluff. So that's what you're getting in there. Let's talk a little bit about some of the things that are within the app and the instructions specifically. So it's going to go through, obviously, how to install your app. It's going to go through taking your picture, and works best in terms of setting up your choice of picture and the fonts. You can customize whatever font that you want to use based upon sort of your photo and what you're using. For instance, if you're holding up a chalkboard, so it needs to be written in chalk, it will give the appearance of chalk, which has been written on a chalkboard. So you can upload any type of font that you want, and it's already preloaded with a lot of different fonts to begin with. I was happy with what was in the app and didn't feel any need to add additional fonts to it because it worked just fine for me. It will go over app integration, and this is one of the single best things about this app, is on top of the fact that the effect is great, is that it is well integrated with a whole bunch of other apps. So as an example, like if you do wiki tests, Ellipse, Cypher Pro, Rainman Pro, Earworm, Cognito, Maxim, Timesmith, Hydra, QR Genie, Inject. Any of those have integrations for this so that you can integrate the two. I really love that that you can do that because it just expands sort of the capabilities of this app. So good job on Amir for doing that. He'll also go through push notifications. He'll talk about how to perform the effect. He'll go through the credits for this and then some of the TV performance rights. So I do want to spend a little bit of time talking about the instructions. The instructions are all inside of the app itself. Now, they're a little small for me to read at times, but the truth is you can just watch the video tutorial and the video tutorial gives you everything that you need. Here's another complaint, but it's not really a complaint. I like watching my tutorials on a larger screen, so I found myself watching them on here on my phone and felt like, oh, that's a little bit small. All I just need to do is send the link for that video to another device and I can watch it on a larger screen, but one of my experiences in doing it. So mostly because I think I wanted to watch on my laptop in front of me and then do it simultaneously on my phone screen is why I say that. So I certainly would have liked the instructions to be maybe in a larger format. But still not a deal breaker by any stretch. Here's sort of when I talk about the instructions, I found the instructions to be good and concise, like I had said earlier. The one part that I had a little bit of an issue with, and it was really me, and at the time I was feeling a little bit frustrated, but it's at no fault of the creator here or the app itself. And I share this just because like sometimes when we get apps and sort of what your experience is, I'm the type of person I want to understand exactly why am I doing this in the download process, and am I making sure that I understand the whys behind it. When I came away with this, I was like, that's dumb, I don't need to know all the whys. Just simply follow the instructions. And I had confusion and interesting when I had purchased it with my emails, like, well, I'll use this email. It seemed like in the app, it already knew my email, but then it wanted me to set up an email. I thought, why is it asking me to set up the email? I thought I already did that. Follow exactly what the instructions tell you to do and you won't have any problem. I followed the instructions primo, worked great. But that was one of those things where I think I got in the way more than anything else when I was setting it up. Okay, let's talk about the app itself. Normally I would say like, let's talk about the gimmick and hold up the gimmick and you get a close-up of it. Let's talk about the app. The app for me has worked flawlessly. I have had literally zero issues with using the app, and it works exactly as advertised. I send the email in advance, and then they open it up after they've chosen something, and there it is in that picture. I'm holding up a business card or a billet, and written on that billet is their choice. Worked 100% of the time, zero issues at all. One question I would ask if I were on the other side of that, like, well, what's the input mode? I'm using what's called the manual input mode, which means quite literally I'm manually just typing it in, excuse me, in front of the spectator. Now it goes over in terms of if you choose to do the manual input mode, how to do that. I use two predictions. So I'm sending them one prediction, and then I'm doing a follow-up with a second prediction and emailing them a second prediction. I'm using the one ahead principle, and in so doing, I'm able to input it all in front of my spectator, and all they see is what appears to them like, oh, he's just sending me another email, while I'm actually inputting their prediction. So I found that for me the easiest, as I was not working with an accomplice. Can you use an accomplice? Absolutely, and they can be doing the input for you. But you can use the app integration as well, which alleviates and takes care of some of that for you. So there's multiple input modes, but in essence, I think most folks will probably do the form of a manual input, but I did not find that to be an issue. For some, that might be an issue, and that just comes down to how comfortable are you in front of spectators doing that sort of a thing. But at the end of the day, the app worked flawlessly and did exactly as advertised. and all I have to do is just click on it on my phone and I'm ready to go. We should talk about what is the skill level. This is beginner skill level. I think no matter where you're at in your skill level, this is beginner. Anyone can perform it. I think professionals will like it just as much as a hobbyist will like it. I've already sort of like went through some of my pros and cons. Yes, I would have liked to have had the instructions on a larger screen rather than on my small phone along with the videos, but that's easy to take care of in so doing. Not deal breakers by any stretch. Follow the instructions and you'll be 100% fine. And that's it. I think when I asked the question about who will like this, I think any mentalist who likes to work with apps will like this. I think anybody who loves sort of propless mentalism, that's what this comes across as. And that simply sending somebody an email in advance and you're good to go. It's definitely an everyday carry. It is one of those types of pieces, I think, when you're out with friends and they say, hey, can you do a piece of magic? You go, oh, geez, I didn't bring anything. Why don't I try something? And then you say, do you have an email address? And you go, let me email you something. And boom, you're off to the races. I think that is a great application for this, as well as in a professional setting as well, to use and send a prediction. And you can send the prediction to multiple people at the same time in your audience. So as many folks that want to receive the email in the audience, you can send them the email in advance and they'll all have that same picture when they go to open it up at the end. And the picture stays forever. It's theirs. They keep it. It's in their email. And so that part's cool. All right, let's talk about the cost. So the cost in the United States is $60. And with that $60, it's going to buy you a 3-year subscription because this is a subscription-based app, which I think a lot of apps are moving that direction as a way to make sure that there's ongoing technical support to support the app as operating systems get updated, that sort of a thing. But when you pay your initial $60, you're going to get 3-year subscription. After that, in your 4th year, you'll have to pay $20 and it's an annual $20 subscription after that. So if you don't use it after your first 3 years and you don't want to pay your $20 annual subscription, that's fine. If not, you've got good use of it for your first 3 full years. At least from the website, that's what it currently says and how it is being sold. So I think that's all very reasonable. Given apps and the support that apps need to make sure that they're working properly. I've had some of Amir's apps in the past and I really like them. I feel like he provides really great support for them. So that's what the cost is. I think that's all I have to say. This is pretty simple and straightforward. It does exactly as advertised. It's a powerful prediction. I love the integration from the other apps into this. And I think if you like that style of magic, you'll probably like this effect. All right, if you have purchased it or you love app magic, leave me a comment about which app magic you really like. If you purchase this one, tell me about what your experience is with this app specifically. If you haven't yet liked, what are you waiting for? Hit that like button and hit the subscribe button if you are yet to subscribe. Always trying to grow this channel. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here, so make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. All right, thank you everyone for being here. I genuinely appreciate it. I'm FiddlinJonny, and remember to keep fiddling around with your magic. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.